All right, so it's early in the morning and I look like crap, but I wanted to start a video today and talk about all the different uses that the Amish have for diesel engines. I know there's a lot of confusion about, well, the Amish are living off the grid, they shouldn't be connected to anything. And I just want to make it clear that living off the grid means not using the electrical grid and being dependent on it. So from there, they can get really creative and try to find power in other ways. And just from a lot of my videos and a lot of my interviews with different Amish neighbors, I'm finding that a lot of them really rely on diesel engines. And I am curious if things keep going the way they are with the gas prices and things like that, what other way will they come up with to beat the system, if that makes sense. So I will keep you informed on that, but right now, diesel seems to be the number one power that they use. They do use others. I have a video up here of other forms of energy that they use, but today I thought I would think just about diesel and what are all the different ways that they use diesel power. Again, disclaimer, every group is different. We all know that if you've been watching me. They have different rules in their church, but in general, these are the Amish people that I talk to in my community. All right. Now, as we're walking back to the house, just wanted to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and put your questions below. A lot of my content I do get from you. I want to give you content, the things that you're curious about. And actually, it's made me dig into a lot of areas that I didn't even think about. So thank you for that. And subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, and dive in and find out what are all the many uses that the Amish use for diesel. And don't look at the junk in my yard. It's a bunch. We're working on it. I thought it best to start with the basics of a diesel engine for those of you that are like me that don't use diesel engines and you're really not sure how they even work. But I thought it was important to point out some of the differences between the diesel engine compared to a gas engine, because why aren't they using gas engines? Why diesel? And at the end of the video, just so I don't get too technical, I wanted to share why they use diesel or engines and not electric. Why don't they just plug into the electric system and be done with it? Because they're using the same power. They have a lot of the same needs that we have. Why are they making their life so difficult? So I'll go into that at the end, just in case you are here mainly to see how they use the diesel engines. Here I have a very simple picture of a diesel engine. They come in all shapes and sizes. They can be $50 all the way up to thousands of dollars. So it really depends on what you're using it for. But a gasoline engine takes a mixture of gas and air. It compresses it and it ignites with the mixture with a spark. So it needs a spark plug. While a diesel engine takes in the air, compresses it, and then injects fuel into the compressed air. So it does not need that spark plug. So that's a big difference. Spark plugs, just one more thing that can go wrong. This is the most important part. A gasoline engine compresses at a ratio of 8 to 12, while a diesel engine compresses at a ratio of 14 to 25. Basically, the higher the compression ratio of the diesel engine, it leads to better efficiency. So that's one reason. Another reason, probably, so that's another reason that the diesel engine would be more efficient. And the last, if not least, gasoline engines generally have carburetors where diesel engines don't. So it sounds like it's just an easier engine to deal with. It has more efficiency than the other. And then you get into temperatures and things like that. But how do the Amish use them? Most of us think of as the Amish as being out on the farm with their wagon and their horses, and they might be out there baling hay or mowing, things like that. And typically if you're driving down the road, that's what you're going to see. Well, when the farmer is leading his horses and has the wagon, the engine is actually controlling the baler. So when the hay is, when they're baling the hay, that's how they get the power to do that. Typically, they may even use it to mow their grass. So they're pulling that mower run by the engine. Definitely will see it a lot on the farm. Now, they also use it for power tools. Sometimes they may charge batteries and use solar energy. That is one way they can do it. They do buy batteries, they do use them, but a lot of times they may get a power tool and have it powered up instead of plugging it in the wall. Next, I'll go over some different ways in business that the Amish will use the diesel engine to give them power to be able to do their jobs. I'd like to go over just a few businesses where the diesel engine is used here in our community. And my first and favorite is the feed mill. My husband actually has worked and does hauling for them, but they have these huge grinders for their feed when it comes in. It comes in by the semi truckload, and they have to obviously grind it and mix it and everything. And they use the diesel engine. There's big compressors out there. It works all of their machinery. The bakery, believe it or not, uses needs the compression for the coolers to keep for the refrigeration. So it's kind of interesting. You go in there and you see this big refrigerator in the back. You're like, how are they doing this? And it's not electric connected to the grid. It's from diesel engine running that compressor, and then that keeps the coolers running. Another popular business that we have in our area is sawmills. There's probably 4 or 5 within 10 miles of my house. It's a big one. We've got a lot of trees around here, a lot of loggers and sawmill companies. And they also run their heavy equipment using the diesel engine for power. One other interesting job that I've seen around here, and there's probably 2 or 3 of them that my husband is aware of that we know personally, pallet shops. That's a big thing. So they will take the wood that they get and they will cut them down into size evenly and make pallets out of them and deliver them. You can also use diesel power in the home, believe it or not. So actually, I was picking up feed one day, and our friend, he had his wife out there, and she was actually washing clothes with a diesel powered washer. She had the old washer, the wringer washer, but it was powered by the diesel engine. Very interesting. Another thing you can think about it, they do have pedal sewing machines, but you can run your refrigeration, you can run your sewing machine. So each family, each church group will have those different rules, but it is possible to run these things. And there you go. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, don't forget to put them there, and don't forget the thumbs up. See you on the next video, and you have a blessed day.